If you're anything like me, like learning anatomy through sports injuries, this is episode 83, and this is Romain Grosjean, November 29th, 2020, the first F1 content on this channel. Let's check it out. So Romain is going to take a hard crash into the sidewall here, and his car literally explodes. It engulfs into flames. Miraculously, he climbs out of the car by himself as he's being doused with fire extinguishers and kind of shakes his hands off and runs towards the support vehicle. And this guy right here is actually a doctor who pads him down and makes sure that he's actually okay because nobody thought that he would be all right after this crash. So let's talk about the crash first, and then we'll get into his injuries. All right. So the crash was 192 kilometers per hour, and for Americans, that is 119 miles per hour. 67 G's of force was sent through his body. People don't survive this. Okay. Normally, this is not survivable. His body weight was 4.5 tons going away from his seatbelt or away from the car as it crashed into the wall. He spent 28 seconds in this fire, which was 800 degrees Celsius. And for Americans, again, that was 1,472 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. So the injuries. So he had a sprained ankle. It actually got stuck in the vehicle as he was trying to get out of it. But the worst of it was second-degree burns to his hands. That is a partial thickness burn involving the epidermis and the dermis. The epidermis is the outer layer of your skin, and the dermis is the layer below your skin, okay? Think of a bad sunburn when you start seeing those bubbles on your skin. And this is a picture of his hand, I think, a few weeks afterwards. So still, you see severely burned there, but actually healing. So what did they do for him after this crash? Well, immediate trackside assistance. That car you saw had a doctor in it as well as track support staff. He self-extracted from the wreck and was evaluated by the FIA medical team, basically patted down because he was fine. He walked out by himself. He transported to the hospital where they did a burn assessment and an airway monitoring. It's important to monitor the airway because in a fiery crash like this, one, with it being so hot, you can burn the inside of your trachea and your lungs. So they have to make sure that he's able to breathe on his own, or he could have inhaled toxic fumes or things like that. So luckily, he avoided all this as well. Hospital treatment includes wound cleaning and sterile dressings. Normally, you want to keep a burn wound kind of moist and wet, so hydrocolloid dressing sometimes. He actually was only hospitaled for 3 days, and then they did hand rehab and wound care over time, as the picture before you saw, and he returned to racing 6 weeks later. And so just some pictures here. That's him emerging from the fire. This is his melted helmet that he's smiling happily with, and this is his hands up, wrapped in moist dressings there as they're treating his second-degree burns on his hands. A miraculous survival, but a good injury to go over to learn about burns. So that is Romain Grosjean.